Welcome dear students of Patanjali Rishikul. As we talked about earlier regarding the poetry that was explained, the nightingale and the glowworm, the next topic related to the poetry is figures of speech. That is the topic for today. Figure of speech. Now when we say figure of speech, of course that is something where the words are used in such way that they present some different meaning rather than the literal meaning which is hidden in the words. Figure of speech, of course, is also used to kind of enhance the beauty of the words, the beauty of the poem or the beauty of the writing, let it be literature or let it be poetry or any other thing. So that is also to enhance the beauty of the words, the thought which is conveyed, the idea or the feeling which is conveyed, as well as figure of speech is something which conveys a different meaning than the literal meaning. So there are some common, of course, figure of speech initially which you should learn. Actually, there are number of more than 20 figure of speech are there. But initially, what you are supposed to learn, we will talk about some common which according to your standard are given in your books. So let's start with the first figure of speech. And the first figure of speech is personification. That is personification. Now when we say personification, of course it is that figure of speech where the human qualities are imposed on some non-living things. Now when we say non-living things and when we talk about English, then plants are also in the category of non-living thing. See students, do not confuse when it comes to science. See, science, you know that plants are living things. But now here we are talking about English. And in English, when we talk about the plants or trees or flowers or likewise, they are considered as non-living things. So when a human quality is presented or is imposed on some non-living thing, then that figure of speech is known as personification. For example, we say the flowers danced. Now, of course, we know dancing is a human quality. Here it is imposed on flowers. So the flowers danced is actually the example of personification. If we say the thunder roared. Now this roaring is, of course, it is not human quality, but that roaring is the sound which is made by humans also. The thunder howled. Howling is the sound which is made by humans. So this sound here, thunder, of course, is a non-living thing. So this feeling or this action is actually imposed on the non-living thing. It comes in the category of personification. So a quality, a human quality, when is imposed on a non-living thing, then it comes in the category of personification. The next figure of speech, the common figure of speech which we will talk about is simile. The next figure of speech which we are going to talk about is simile. Now simile, when we say here, we talk about or we compare actually two unlike things with the use of words. We use words like or as. When we use these words like or as to compare two dissimilar things which do not have anything in common, then that figure of speech is known as simile. And these examples you must have studied in previous classes, a lot of examples. As fresh as rose, as white as snow. Now the use of word as tells us that that is the example of simile. Let us take another example. He fought like a lion in the battle. He fought like a lion in the battle. Now there is no comparison between a lion and a person who fought in the battle. These are two dissimilar things. But still here when we talk about fought like a lion, it means we are talking about the bravery. And so two unlike things which have nothing in common are compared with the word like. So he fought like a lion in the battle is the example of simile. Just like simile, there is another figure of speech which is known as metaphor. The another figure of speech. Now in metaphor also, we compare two unlike things or two unlike ideas also are compared, and here actually we present two dissimilar ideas or things as one. We do not use the word like or as, but we present the idea as one itself. Let us take the example. The previous example which I took in this simile, he fought like a lion in the battle. Now the same actually sentence can be written in the form of metaphor. But here a little bit change of the words will be there, that he was a lion in the battle. He was a lion in the battle. Now here the same idea is being taught about, that is the idea of bravery we are talking. But we did not use the word like, we did not use the word as, but we presented it as one theme, that he was a lion in the battle. So here this is the example of the third figure of speech, that is metaphor. Now metaphor and simile of course sometimes can be interchanged. The example which I gave is the example of the same thought. He fought like a lion in the battle. Like, that is simile. He was a lion in the battle, that is metaphor. So it can be changed. The another example of metaphor we can say that sometimes we say he has heart of stone. Now we all know nobody has heart of stone. But that is actually the way of saying the things, that a person is maybe very rude, maybe very impolite, maybe very cruel. So instead of saying that, we had used the other words. Now see, you can see with this example, you can understand when I said in the beginning that figures of speech actually tell us about something else rather than the literal meaning of the words. Now heart of stone, we are not going after the literal meaning of these words. We are talking about the feeling of a person. The person can be cruel, the person can be like very much inhuman qualities in himself. So here heart of stone is the example of metaphor. Another proverb you must have heard, time is money. Now of course we all know time is not money. We are not going after the literal meaning. So time is money is actually the example of metaphor. Now let's take another example, common example which you will find in your books usually. The another figure of speech is alliteration. The another figure of speech here is alliteration. I am writing the example here. These examples will give you. Now alliteration actually is that figure of speech where the beginning sound of the words is repeated in a line. In a line of a poetry we are talking about. And of course those words, we are talking about the consonant sound. The consonant sound of the words, beginning of the words, where it is repeated in a line or in a sentence of a poetry. For example, she sells sea shells. Now this is the example of alliteration. She, sound of sh, shells, sound of sh, sell, sound of s, sea, sound of s. So the sound of s, the sound of sh is repeated in this sentence. So that is known as alliteration. Sea shells, sea shells. That is the use of alliteration here in this sentence. And the next figure of speech which we are talking about is known as assonance. The next figure of speech is known as assonance. Now in assonance actually the sound of vowels is repeated. In the example, it is the repetition of vowel sound. For example, O, old, threaten, blow. So here assonance, repetition of vowel sound, that is O, old, blow. O, sound of O, that is a vowel. So here repetition of vowel sound. So today in this class, of course, we have talked about figures of speech. Figure of speech, when we say, that means we are talking about the words which are used in a different meaning rather than they are being used as in the literal meaning. The common figure of speech, of course, which we discussed today is personification, simile, metaphor, alliteration and assonance. Personification, where the human quality is imposed on a non-living thing or a quality or an idea. Simile, where there is a comparison between two unlike things and idea by using the word like or as. Metaphor again is a comparison between two dissimilar things or idea, but here we consider it as one. And for example, this heart of stone, we did not use the word like or as here. Next is alliteration. Here we consider, talk about the repetition of the sound, beginning of the word. In the beginning of the word, the repetition of consonant sound. The example is she sells sea shells. So here the consonant sound s and sh is repeated. The next one is assonance. Here we talk about the vowel sound, and the vowel sound is repeated in the sentence. For example, O, old, threaten, blow. So here the sound of O is repeated in this sentence. Okay children, that is all for today. We will meet in our next class to discuss something more about figure of speech. Thank you. Have a nice day.